Hi, my name is Gianna Sarkis, and I took Professor Roselle's Advanced PR course my senior year at Fisher on spring 2018 semester. So I suggested her client would be the Rochester Rhinos, which is the organization I've been working for the past 3 seasons. So 2016, 2017, and 2018 is now my third season with the team. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications here. So the reason I suggested the Rhinos be a client for Professor Roselle's class is that I believe it would be a great experience for the students to work with a professional soccer team or professional sports organization rather than just another advocacy group or small business in the Rochester region. This would be a great opportunity to broaden their portfolios and their resumes and also allow them to see what it's like to work from a professional sports standpoint, which is very different in my opinion. Also, it allowed me to have plans set in front of me from the students to utilize for the 2018 season, and for them to say, oh, my plan was used by the Rochester Rhinos from my class with Professor Roselle. My team decided to use Hootsuite, Brandwatch, and Cision Point for our campaign. I personally use Hootsuite every day in the office, so by suggesting my team uses Hootsuite for our campaign was great because I could see how these plans would be laid out for the season as well as how they would look on our social platforms. Using Brandwatch, we recorded the Rhinos brand because at the time the Rhinos went through a major $1.3 million plea for sponsor support and fan support. Cision Point was used to create a media list, and this media list I use now, which is great. I use it to contact people in the sports industry, people in the community aspect for reporters to come out and cover our events and sporting events that happen at the stadium. So what I learned about working with a client in this class was that working with a client is very different than working in-house. So technically I work in-house right now, so I work with the organization itself. And then coming in and working with the organization as an outside team was different. So I learned how to manage it timely, how to manage communication, and also manage my team as well that worked with this client. So bringing in the Rhinos as a client was very different, and now I could take this to my corporate partnership partners, the team, and manage them the same way I manage the Rhinos, which is really cool. So the structure of this project, it was very different, and it allowed me to bring it into my career as well. We split it into chunks. So there was research, then there was a meeting in between research, and then there was planning and putting the project together, and there was always client meetings in between all 3 different parts until finally when we presented. Breaking it up into chunks and then breaking that chunk up into 4 different parts with my team allowed to have great time management and really dive into our work deeper and make it better than we expected it to be and present it to the client, who is the Rochester Rhinos. So working for the team and working on this project as well was really hard. I had to take off my Rhinos hat when I was in class and put on my student hat. And when I was at the Rhinos, I had to take off my student hat and put on my Rhinos hat. So it was a big juggling game. And it came down to mainly, I'm a student, I'm here to learn. And also it came down mainly, I have a team and I have to work for my team. And when we went through our press conference about our plea for community support and needing that $1.3 million from sponsors and fans and the hotel motel tax, I had to really let my team dive deep in that and not answer their questions and let them research it on their own so they learn. And it was hard not being like, oh, this is all the information, here you go. But really to let them just learn it on their own and take it for themselves. Also, when I came to work, I had to remember that I'm not a student anymore. I need to do my work. I need not to sit back and absorb everything. I need to dive in head first and really do my job. And I think I started taking that into my team as well and just diving head first into research and learning more about my team than I actually knew and learning more about our demographic and who to attract and it really panned out really well. Reflecting on my overall experience with this course, it was beyond my expectations. I didn't think that I would really be able to like create a plan and be able to use it when the rentals return in 2019. I thought, oh, whatever, like I'm just going to read a book, take a couple tests. I didn't think it'd be as hands-on and having a client. So it really exceeded my expectations. Yeah, it was really different than I expected, and I'm really happy I took it because I can take this actual experience I had in class and bring it to my job now with actual clients I work with. It really just makes it so much better and prepared me for my work even more. And I love working for this team, and I love that I took Professor Rosell's class to help me further my career.